Good morning, guys. Today is March 31st, 2020, and I want to start by sharing your checklist for today. Like, what are the videos that you're going to watch in order to do your schoolwork today? So I'm going to share my screen in a second so you guys can see what is on your to-do list. Let's see. So this is going to be your writing video for today. So I sent this checklist as a picture to your parents on Parent Square or Facebook if they have me on Facebook. And so you should have this written down already in your homework notebook. So just check off where it says writing because this is the writing video that you're doing for today. So we're actually going to get started by looking at our objectives for today, like our learning intentions for today. Today, I'm going to combine everything I've learned about how to write a fairy tale adaptation, and I'm going to write a new fairy tale adaptation. So if you haven't finished your fairy tale, your first one, I would definitely just wait to watch this video another day. This is only meant for the students who have already finished writing their first fairy tale adaptation. And if you finished the first one, then this is the video for you today. If you haven't, I would pause the video and I would go work on finishing the fairy tale and try to send it to me in some way. Like you can either email it to me. I've had Leslie Velasquez from Mrs. Alonso's class send me her story through a picture from her parents' phone. You can make it work, guys, anything. Emily also sent it to me as a text. Just try to send it to me in some kind of some kind of way. Sorry, guys. Our success criteria for today: by the end of writing today, I can write a whole new fairy tale adaptation using all the strategies I've learned for this unit. You're probably wondering, Miss Maldonado, why do I have to write another fairy tale adaptation if I just finished the first one? Well, this one is to see how you've been able to combine all of the strategies that you learned through the videos I filmed and see if you can do another one. It's great practice, so make sure you try it. Language intention, I use words from our anchor chart for narratives. Social intention, I do the work even when no one is looking. So our recipe card for today is very, very simple. I actually took my heart map from another video. Number one is to look at your heart map. So remember I chose Catarella from this heart map. So we had Little Red Panda Bear, Catarella, Zombie Beauty, the Three Little Coffees, and the Very Thirsty Miss Maldonado. I'm going to choose another idea for a second fairy tale. I already started writing it. Obviously, I'm not going to read you the whole fairy tale because then this video would be very, very long. But I used every strategy, or try to use a lot of the strategies that I showed you guys in previous videos. And so once you choose another one, you're just going to begin writing your second fairy tale using all of the strategies we've taught in previous lessons, like how to write an engaging introduction. Maybe you go into super details about what the setting looks like, or you use onomatopoeia, or you start off with dialogue. Maybe you incorporate some similes and some metaphors into your writing. Hopefully you have a few in there. Definitely use a lot of dialogue to show how the characters are feeling or to move the story along. Instead of using the word said, use different dialogue tags. There's all these strategies that we've gone through that I want you to try. And so I ended up choosing another idea from my heart map, and I ended up choosing the Little Red Panda Bear. If you're in my class, you know how much, obviously I love cats. Cats have always been my number one animal, but I also really like the Red Panda Bear. And so I chose to write the Little Red Panda Bear and the Ferocious Snow Leopard. The snow leopard is the animal, it's the Red Panda Bear's predator. So let's take a look at my story so far. It's not done, but I like it so far. Little Red Panda Bear and the Ferocious Snow Leopard. Little Red Panda Bear, your grandmother is sick with a horrible cold. Can you go drop off this bamboo soup and bamboo cake to your Nana? Little Red Panda Bear's mama asked. Of course, Mama, anything for my Nana. Little Red Panda Bear replied. Little Red had a beautiful fur coat, red like a flickering fire, bushy furry tail with thick brown rings. She grabbed her long red cape from her wardrobe, her wicker basket with the bamboo soup and the bamboo muffins, and headed on the path towards Nana's house. The sun filtered through the tops of trees, creating beautiful shadows on the forest floor. Wildflowers, sorry guys, wildflowers were in full bloom and smelled fresh. As Little Red strolled through the forest, she could hear the sound of a nearby creek, the water hitting the rocks softly so she didn't hear the snow leopard approaching. Look at that tasty little red morsel. I bet she's as sweet as an apple, the snow leopard said to himself, his mouth beginning to water like a fountain, a little drool gathering at the corners of his mouth. The snow leopard jumped in front of Little Red and asked, "Where are you going, Little Red Panda Bear?" Little Red was startled. She was not expecting to cross paths with the snow leopard. Her mama had always warned her to steer clear of snow leopards. So that's my story so far. And I want you to notice that I am barely at the beginning of my story, and I have 2 big paragraphs. And so some of you have been sending me your fairy tales, and one thing I do want you guys to try to do, I might do another video on how to do this, is to extend your story. You want to stretch your story out as much as possible, which means that you need to be very detailed. I wrote a lot of details about what the forest looks like as she's walking through it. So I want you guys to try that. I want to also showcase Kevin Tiwila's fairy tale because he did a fantastic job. And I promise that I'm going to be reading other people's fairy tales on here and giving you guys shout outs, because you guys are doing an amazing, amazing job. And so let me just read his. I even wrote him a little comment. I said, "Kevin, this story looks amazing so far." And I'm gonna read it really quickly to you guys before you guys try writing your second fairy tale. And if you're not done with your first, right, you're gonna finish your first. The Three Little Bunnies were excited. This one's called The Three Little Bunnies and the Big Brown Bear by Kevin Tiwila. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. The 3 little bunnies were excitedly leaving to build their houses. The first bunny built his house out of flowers. I'm gonna just go to another room, guys, 1 second. Okay. The 3 little bunnies were excitedly leaving to build their houses. The first bunny built his house out of flowers. The second bunny built his house out of lettuce. The third bunny built his house out of carrots. One day, a big brown bear came to the flower house and yelled, little bunny, please let me in." The first bunny replied, "No, I won't let you in," the big bear said. "Then I will blow and blow your house down." When the first house was destroyed, the bunny ran to the second bunny's house. The big brown bear came and he said, let me in, or I will blow your house down." And the bunnies replied, "No, we won't let you in." The bear blew the house and the bunnies ran to the third bunny's house. Soon someone knocked on the door. All the bunnies were terrified. Without a doubt, the third bunny opened the door, but as soon as he saw the bear, he closed it. The bear told the bunnies, let me in, or I will blow your house down." The bear was blowing as hard as he could. However, the house did not go down. The bear was confused, but refused to give up. He climbed up the roof, reached the chimney, and slid down the chimney. When the bear was at the bottom of the chimney, the 3 bunnies were already waiting for him. The third bunny had a shotgun in hand. Suddenly, pow! The big brown bear was shot. Finally, the bear left whining and never came back. So I really enjoyed reading Kevin's story. It's very good. Clearly, I can see that it is an adaptation of The 3 Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. Instead, it's The 3 Little Bunnies and the Big Brown Bear. It follows, it has a beginning, middle, and end. He uses juicy words in there. He has dialogue in there. The one thing that I would want Kevin to do, and I'm not just Kevin, I'm saying this to everybody, is to stretch your story out. So Kevin might go back into his fairy tale and add some details about where do they live? What does it look like? The day was sunny. Is it cold outside? Are there trees? Are there flowers? Like, is it a cloudy day? Is it raining? Just be a little bit more descriptive. Describe the bear. Is he enormous? Is he small? What do the bunnies look like, right? Those are the details that we want in a fairy tale. And his story is amazing. And a lot of your stories are amazing, but that is one thing as writers we have to do, is to extend it as much as possible, stretch it out. I mean, my Catarella story is 5 pages long, and I'm not expecting you to write 5 pages, but the more we practice as writers and being descriptive, the better we become as writers. So I'm hoping to see more fairy tales from you guys. I will be reading a few other fairy tales in the coming videos, and I can't wait to see more. You guys are awesome at this, and I'm very, very proud of all of you. I wish I could say that to you in person, how proud I am of the writing. And I want to send this to Mr. Miller. Like, I want to send your fairy tales to Mr. Miller, Mrs. Santos, your 4th grade teachers, just to show them how far your writing's come this year. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Can't wait to hear from you guys. See ya.